Hey, right, this is so long since I've done a live on here, and I'm doing it on YouTube as well. Um, I was just sitting, we're having a rainy day today, and I had time, so I checked in and I was told to come on here, do some questions and answers, and also to do some free readings as well. So I'm just going to wait for people to come on. Like I say, we're on two platforms here, so please bear with me. It's been a long time since I've done lives. I haven't been very prominent in social media, especially the last 6 months. And it just feels right to come back in, see how everybody's getting on, see what's going on as well. And like I say, I want to offer some free readings. Now, one of the things that is interesting about this at this moment, hi, Mama San, I'm just saying that I'm coming on here, I'm going to be doing some free readings. I'm going to be answering questions if anybody wants them and just having a little chit chat, no pressure, no nothing like that. Now, one of the reasons that I have came on is this week my phone has blown up with people struggling with the change in the energy. Now, I am not an astrologer. I study astrology. I am fascinated by astrology, but I'm 4 or 5 years in of studying it and I still just know a tiny bit. But we have had the change from Jupiter in Taurus into Jupiter in Gemini. Now, Gemini is, oh, sorry, somebody was calling me there. Gemini, I always struggle with Gemini energy because it is very in the head. So I felt the shift hugely. And this is why I wanted to come on and talk about this because, you know, we all struggle, okay? And we all suffer in some way as well. And a lot of times this is to do with our shadow, okay? Our shadow is the part of ourself that we try and suppress, part of ourself that actually we try and keep hidden. And it is the part of ourself that we actually really need to be embracing in order to get to where we want to be, okay? It's not easy. Shadow work is not easy, but it is, I believe it's essential. So this is what I want to talk about a little bit about this, because like I say, when we look at suffering, okay, suffering within our lives, we will all suffer in some way, shape, or form. Oh, Christian. Sorry about that. We will all suffer in one way or another. Because of this, sorry about this. I knew it's like doing impromptu, but thank you for still staying there with it. So, we've got to look at our where's everything gone? Oh God, always the same. Right, we've got to look at where our shadow comes from. We're not born with a shadow, okay? We're not born with that. So the shadow is because of the things that have happened to us, or the things that we have experienced within our incarnation. And this is, I love Gabor Mate and the way he looks at this. So he speaks about trauma. And, people have asked before, like, does everybody get trauma in the same way? And I don't agree with that. I believe that because of our environment that we're brought up in, we are more susceptible when things happen. If we are brought up completely healthy, completely loved, every single need met, and all of that, then a traumatic event will affect us, but it might not leave the lasting damage that somebody who was already been brought up in an unhealthy environment or in chaos, or who already have these kind of shadow parts developing because of their upbringing, then it could actually affect them more. Does that make sense? So one of the things people have said to me that is that, like, why must I suffer? Okay, that's what people have said to me. I have people here in tears, like I say, this shift in the energy, it's gone into the head. So we are thinking Gemini is about truth, but it's about our story, it's about what's actually happening, and what we are perceiving is happening as well. So it's about bringing it all in. And what I want to say with this is, We will all suffer in life. Pain is a natural part of life, okay? The suffering is personal. But the suffering is actually what we don't realize is we look at this suffering as if it's a bad thing. But one of the things with the suffering is that this is our path to growth. So I always say that suffering, is my muse. My pain led me to my power. There's got to be this pleasure pain. There's got to be this vice virtue thing. And, in every journey, you think about movies and stuff like that. There's always a hero and the hero gets downtrodden. Look at the Rocky movies. And this is what happens. Our shadow will darken our light until we actually turn and face our shadow. And this is where our evolution comes as a soul. And this is what we're here to do. So whenever we're looking at crisis or something bad happening, please try and see this is an opportunity to flourish. Okay, so it's I think within the Chinese call every crisis an opportunity, and this is what we need to look at again with the shadow. Now, I am currently working on doing a little mini course linked with the shadow. So, if that is something that you're interested in, please send me an email. My email is in the comments there, and just say that you're interested. But what I want to say here is people step away from their shadow, and I want you to lean into it. Okay, this happens. Now, anybody who has taken plant medicine or anything like that, that it says that it's, don't lean back from it, lean into it, because there is a message within that. And I feel that's exactly what the shadow is. It's bringing what is inside of us, it's bringing it out. It's letting it be seen, it's letting it be shown. It tells us that we can then let go of who we think we are as well. And a lot of times we're not even aware of what our shadow is. We don't know what we don't know. So whatever is going on at this moment, if you're in some type of, uncomfortableness or whatever, know that it might be your shadow wanting to speak to you. Okay. And when we deny our shadow, this is actually dishonoring ourselves, and if we dishonor or dismiss this shadow or whatever's happening, then we could be missing the point and the purpose of our life. Okay, so try and see this suffering as it's a mirror, it's a magic mirror that we're looking into, and once we embrace one of the fears within this, then another fear will come, but we will embrace that as well. So I love the shadow, and I love shadow work. I really, really do. And it's a way that we can connect to our magic. So I just want to say that if you're suffering at this moment, try and flip it, try and see where is this taking me? Get curious about it. We don't have to put an ABC on it. We don't have to get it all figured out. And this is what this Gemini energy will want us to do. I had this weekend, there was a big thing came up, but it was in my body, and my body was so uncomfortable. And I spoke to my friend about it, and I said, I can't understand it. I don't know where it's coming from. I can't. And it was like, yeah, look at your chart. I'm not meant to understand this. I was meant to feel it. Now, one of the things that I learned because of my environment growing up, because of my life, is that I learned to shut down. I can be very open, but I can shut as well. This is one of my shadow things, which has been really prominent, in the last year or so, that if I get wounded or something like that, I will just cut off. That's it. I step back, but that isn't always healthy. I thought it was healthy for me. It's not healthy for me, and it's not healthy for other people, because then I don't learn how to have confrontation or conflict, not confrontation, but yeah, I don't learn how to confront conflict. Okay. So by pushing it away, I'm not actually learning how to move through it. And the only way that we can move through things is to move through them. Okay, we've got to go all the way through. And, you know, many of us, myself included, this stems from a fear of abandonment. Okay. But what happens is when I cut off or when I step back, then I actually bring that fear. I actually make that fear a reality because then it's like, oh, I'm abandoned. That person is no longer in my life. And it's like, yeah, because you've cut ties, Tanya, you know? So it's quite interesting when we start to look at this and when we start to look at um, and take responsibility for the part we are playing in our suffering, for the part we are playing in our story. So is this making sense to people? Sorry, that's what's needing to come through. So that is what I want to say. So like I say, if anybody is interested in shadow work, drop me a line, you know, and you'll be one of the first to know once I'm up and running with it. But today, back to where we are now. It has been a long time since I've done readings. You know, I work with my clients on alchemy of the soul. I work with my coaching clients, you know, get amazing results with it. But it's a long time since I've just done readings. Okay. And today it kind of feels to bring them back a little bit. So this is why I'm here. You know, if anybody's got any questions, I'm going to look in the chat here and see if anybody has any questions, and if they do, or if anybody wants a reading, please just put it in here. You know, if you want to share this video, then that's great, because the more of us on that are on, you know, the bigger the collective energy. So you've missed me. You only miss people when they're not there. I've never gone anywhere. I've always been here. I just haven't been present. But thank you for that, Doreen. And you as well, Robin. Thank you. Hey, Siesta. I actually have an email to send to you, Siesta. Okay, I will do it when I come off this. It's been written since January. And like I say, there's been a lot of stuff happening. As I mentioned in my last video, there was a lot of grief this year. And it was basically, you know, Spirit was saying, right, stop, sort your own shit out. And then you can actually get back to work. And this is what I feel is here now. So, right. I'm just seeing what people are saying. Good morning, Paul, Debbie, Janelle. Right, okay. Right, okay, so Leoni, you'd like to ask about your mum. Right, okay, so what I'm asking, Leoni, can you just take 3 deep breaths for me, please? And I'm going to look into this. Obviously, this won't be a full-on reading, you know, but I look at the bones of it and see what is there, okay? Really? Is my stream breaking up? Is it? You see, there was a storm, so this is why I said to do this. But obviously the storm is affecting. If you can see me and if you can hear me, can you please just drop a heart in the comments, just so that I know whether this is worth carrying on or not. Hey, me and my friends. So there's hearts coming in, yeah? Right, okay. So I'm going to carry on with this. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right, okay. So I'm going to go in with this, Leoni. Now, you know, do I have permission to go with wherever they say, you know, or whatever they're saying here? Because in the way I read, it's not always what you want to hear, but it's always what you need to hear. This is how they always work with me. And like I say, sometimes when we do look at our part in things, we can take offense with that, but it's actually, that's the medicine that we need in order to heal the situation. So a huge fan who showed me your live stream and he really wanted a happy birthday. All right, okay, if it's somebody's birthday, it was one of my dearest friends' birthdays yesterday as well. If you're watching this, Chris, I love you very, very much, and we'll speak soon. Right, okay, so I'm looking into this, Leoni, and what this is saying, interestingly enough, is the first thing that this is saying is that this is time to cast away this shadow. Okay, it's time for you to put this to the side in some way. Now, in order to do this, what it's saying here is that forgiveness is key. Okay, if you want to move on, which I know you do, you wouldn't have brought this up if you didn't. Okay, and this is the first thing that came to your mind. If you want to move on, you have to have full radical forgiveness. This is for whatever has gone before, and this is also for the self. Okay, because what this has shown, it has shown the relationship with the mother, okay, and the self. And what it's saying here is that this nurturing, this care, this kind of comfort that we are led to believe is what a mother should give us is not there. And this is what you're craving. So there's this element of this is not right. And I'm not saying that it is right. Okay. I'm not condoning anybody else's behavior. But what I'm saying here is when you actually let go of this is how things have to be. This is very, very Gemini. So this is great. So this is, when you let go of this is how they should be, this is what they should do, and accept exactly how things are. Okay. This is how we live our life with ease. We see everything as an experience. We don't put a positive or negative on it. Okay. We accept it as it is. We surrender to where it's going, and then we evolve. So this is the key to this. Okay. This is the key. Now, like I say, we all want that perfect mother. We all want that perfect parent. We all want that love and nurture and whatever. Sadly, this isn't how life usually is. But from my years of experience, my years of struggle and all of that, I can tell you that our parents give us exactly what it is that we need to evolve our soul. Okay, that's it. So they do the perfect job. It might not be in the way we want it to be, or the way we say it's got to be, or the way we project it should be, but they give us exactly what we need. Okay, that's why we choose them. So I know that's a bit hard. that's a bitter pill to swallow at times. I've said this to one of my clients. One of my clients once said to me, "So, do you blame your mother for the issues, for the wounds, for the whatever?" And well, of course I do. Of course, totally her fault, completely her fault. But if I'm blaming her for that, I have to blame her for the reason that I'm sitting here now doing my work. That's it. If she's going to get the blame for all the bad things, then I've got to also praise her for the reason I'm sitting here doing this, for the way that I now live my life, for this freedom that I have, for the way I've worked through things, for the way I allow other people to work through things. So the way I can guide my clients and help them all stems back to my mother. Okay. So is there a positive and a negative in that? No, I was given the experiences that I needed in order to evolve and then, or in order to pass that message on. So what this is saying in here is, Leoni, look at what gift you are being given in this. Okay. And when you're talking there about, I'm sure you mentioned about sexuality or something. Yeah. And organized religion. Okay. Look at where you are not comfortable in that, because if you are not comfortable in that, then that is going to mirror. So whatever is happening on the outside is what happens in the inside. So look at you. Are you 100% like happy and owning exactly where you are? Or do you own it in a way to like, this is me and I'm making a stand, rather than, yeah, this is who I am, and look at that. Look at where the tension is inside, because this is what it's saying here, that this time now, and I don't know where Jupiter is in your chart, but maybe have a look at that, because that could make some sense here. This is a time for you to choose. And what it's saying is choose love. Okay. Choose love of the self, choose love towards the parents, Choose love to the fact that they have maybe cast you aside and how you have learned and the strengths you have learned because of that. And by choosing love, that is how you can choose to forgive and realize that there is nothing that is wrong. The recognition that you're seeking from your parent or your mother there is not going to come in the way that you want it. Cold hard fact, it's not. And I'm sorry for that, but it's going to come from you. This is what it's saying here. When it comes from you and when you can fully trust in you and you come out of this shadow and know that you have an open heart and you're reliable and you would never treat somebody in such a way, that is when this whole cycle wraps up. That is it. That's what it's leading you to. And you're so, so close. This is a huge opportunity for you to open your heart, to burst your heart open, burst open with love, and then nothing else can touch you. Okay? This is your teacher. This is your time to learn this lesson. Okay? Your shadow is there because it's wanting you to say, look, this is where the treasure that you're wanting is. You've got to dive deep for that. And it's, please get out of your head, get out of your thinks with this. You cannot think your way through this. You've got to feel your way through it. And the only way you could feel your way through that is through the heart. Okay? So this is what it's asking you to do. Bring your balance in, open that heart, and know that you are safe. Your home is within you. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I'm sending lots of love to you with that. Like I say, it's there's a lot of compassion. I get it. But this is what Spirit wants to say. That's it. You're the victor. You've done it. You've survived this. Okay. The thing that you're scared of, you've already survived it. Okay. So now it's time to thrive with it. Right. Gonna have a look. Did that make sense to anybody? Yeah. I don't know if Leoni was there. Yeah. Did that make sense, Leoni? Yeah. Right. So who have we got here? We've got Siesta. I've got to go to work, but I'd love to know about my new job. Please and thank you. Are you still there, Siesta? You still there? Are you still there? Because I'm going to look at your new job. And well done on that as well. Well done. Brave, brave move. Right. You know what? I really feel a little bit nervous here. This is strange. It's been so long since I've done like lives like this, but I like it. But it is feeling a bit odd. I love when you say exactly what I need to hear. Right, okay, so this is for Siesta and her new job. Right, what do we say, Siesta? Right, okay, Siesta. What I feel with this is lovely what is first coming out with this, Siesta, right? And I really want you to take what I'm saying and grab it all and put it in there and own it, okay? Because like I say, there's a little bit of a fanfare coming for you here. What it's saying here, and I'm getting goosebumps all down my back here because they're connecting here. I want you to be so fucking proud of what you've done. Or I don't, they do, and I do as well. Be proud because what they're saying here is this has not been easy. I'm actually getting very, very emotional as I'm saying this, okay? There's a lot of, it's almost like I'm getting that wobbly lip coming in. This has not been easy for you to make this decision, okay? But what they're saying is you knew and you know that this was the right decision for you. It might have gone against what other people have said or what other people have advised, but there was this spark in your soul, this calling in your soul that led you to make this decision. And what they're saying is, please know that Spirit is with you while this is happening. Okay, this is taking you to actually like on a path to being a lot stronger as well, and what I want to say here is I really feel there will be oh God, I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know if dancing is something that you do, Siesta, but my legs straight away, the goose pimples came in my legs there. And it's almost like this movement I'm getting. So I don't know if you'll be walking there or dancing or something like that, a spring in your step kind of thing. But I feel there will be a community there. You will meet members of your tribe. I want to say to you that there is kind of a motherly energy around where you're going to be working. Now, this person doesn't have to be older, but this person, there is a connection there with whoever it is. And this person is there to instill hope, to instill safety. This person is a feeler. This person understands things. And I feel that during a conversation that you might have with this person, it's either somebody that works there or somebody that comes into the work or something like that. I don't know. They're not showing me that. But it is somebody that is actually, it's going to make you more optimistic for the future. It's almost like you're in control now. Nothing can stop you. I feel very much with this that you're, like you're breaking free. You're making your own rules here. Whatever has kept you stuck and oppressed, it's like, boom, that's it. Do you know what I mean? Welcome back to the world, Siesta. This is what it is saying. And honestly, this is going from strength to strength to strength. Okay, this moon that we've just had is really, really working for you, okay? And you're saying, right, how is it I want life? What am I giving to life, and what is it I want to take back from life? This conflict that's been there for so long, that is lifting, and now you are not looking at the past, you're looking forward. And this is absolutely beautiful. It's like whatever battles you've had, you've won them. And this is wanting to say, now it is your time for safety, now it is your time for security, and now it is your time for prosperity as well. This is all started very, very high and big in your reading here, but it's all about the truth, and it's all about the future, and this is all about you stepping into your truth, okay? In the past, I feel it's been very much, I should do this, there's been a lot of other people's voices in your head, okay, that are actually have been guiding you or gearing you to where you didn't really fit. And what I see with this is it's almost you're walking away from that. It's like, that's not my language. That's not what I want to hear. I don't want to work anymore with my small self. I want to work with my higher self and my soul self. So I want to say how many tears you've cried, they're going to be paid back in tears of laughter, okay? This is a huge, huge transformational time for you, Siesta. Definitely around any interference that is around, that has been around the family, where it has kept you caged and kept you imprisoned. And it's almost like, I feel like this, it's like wanting to get away from this, but for somehow it's like these chains of family or generational family trauma or something like that has kept you pulled back. And now it's like you're breaking these chains. You are, they're so there quickly with me. You're breaking these chains, and a lot of changes are coming. And I want to say to you as well, if you have had issues with finances in the past, if that has been an ongoing story, making this break and making these changes is going to completely quash that. Just be patient, okay? Be patient, but this is a time for you to prosper, okay? It's coming. A lot of clarity coming, okay? Look to the past in the good things that you have learned that are going to actually help you in going forward. And anything that doesn't serve you or serve your soul or serve the life you want to live, let it go. Leave it in the past. Okay. So when I'm looking at this, I'm feeling that we have, it's almost like your world is crumbling. Okay. But it's crumbling because that was what kept you trapped. Okay. So this is like freedom, born free. I'm just getting that image there of the lions, the lions in the field. This is born free. Nothing to worry about. Well done. Your bravery is going to be well rewarded. Right. And recorded. They said that. I don't know where recorded come from, but it is. I hope that makes sense to you, Siesta. I hope you were here to actually hear that. Okay. So I'm just going to have my phone is literally blowing up at this moment. Okay. So give me a second. I'm coming on to do more with, but it's literally, I've got about 20 messages came through since I've been on this. Just checking to see if anything is somebody asking me about a beef burger. Like, what the hell? My life gets very crazy. Very crazy. Right. Okay. I'll deal with that afterwards. So I'm just going in this. Has anybody got any questions apart from readings, just so I can like regain for a second, and then I will go into readings again. So is there anything that is there? All right. Okay, missed you. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Right, okay, so Joan, I have a question, please. I really want to know if I should continue with my journey to dual Italian citizenship. I've been working on this for years and I keep hitting roadblocks. Okay, thank you. So this is for you, Joan. Now, what is really interesting is, and I'm just going to go into this as well because I like, some of the experiences I think I've had, they can also help others. So I was living in Portugal last year and I had completely left the UK. That was it. I wasn't coming back. I'd got rid of everything, sold everything off, my car, everything. I'm not coming back. And I had an appointment with a lawyer regarding getting my citizenship so that I didn't have to come back to the UK. But it was eclipse time. And before I had the meeting, I had the meeting with the lawyer. And then the next day, Spirit said to me, don't make any plans yet. Don't make any plans yet. Wait till after the eclipse. And I was like, what? So I did send the lawyer saying it's a lunar eclipse and I can't make any plans. That night of the lunar eclipse, Spirit said to me, you need to go back to the UK. They told me where I needed to be. This place wasn't up for sale at the time. But they told me, and then they said, and then you need to go back to Ibiza for the winter. And I was like, what? I had no plans on going back to Ibiza, no plans on coming back to the UK. I followed what they said, and here I am now, and I couldn't be happier. Like everything's just fell into place, So like I say, if there are blocks, then don't see it as a bad thing. There might be a reason why. Okay. So I just wanted to say that first, Joan. But I am going to read for you now and say what we've got. So for Joan, should Joan continue on her journey to dual Italian citizenship? I think it's bloody ridiculous that we've got to apply to live on a place that's in the planet. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. So, right, what this is saying. So. Right, this is quite interesting here, Joan, because what it's saying to me here, and like I say, I don't know, I don't know what's this. There's a disappointment with you. It's almost like I want this. Now, when I was speaking, I don't know if you were on at the beginning, when I was speaking about, our head, and this is how things should be.